4h.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome in to WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thanks so much to the sponsors that make these conversations possible, like People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. We have Sarah Martin, County Director, and Taylor Pope, 4-H Program Coordinator, in the studio with us today. Guys, thanks so much for being here with me.
Thank you. Good morning.
Absolutely.
Good morning.
And Taylor Pope, a brand new member here in the studio with us and of the 4-H program. 4-H program coordinator, brand new position for you. Congratulations. First things first. That's a really awesome spot to have.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So talk to us a little bit about you. What's your background and what made you qualified for this very tough 4-H program coordinator?
Well, I actually grew up in 4-H in Montgomery County. I was actually in the same club here as Sarah Martin. So she was like my leader whenever I was learning about 4-H and like what to do and that sort of thing.
Wow.
So
That's a really cool start right there. Montgomery County 4-H.
Yeah.
You guys already had a little bit of knowing each other. So that was really awesome. So Sarah, I mean, probably an easy choice right here for Taylor. What did you see out of her?
Yeah, I was going to say, so Taylor, for those that have been working in Extension and kind of know, she served as our SNAP community worker here in Christian County the past year and a half, right? So working with some of our SNAP eligible audiences to provide programming, but knowing that she had that 4-H background, she's comfortable working with kids and doing that programming side, really organized, be able to coordinate a lot of stuff, which, as you know, as we've talked, like 4-H is a million different things and everything's coming at you at different times. So just all the things combined really made her a good candidate, and we're excited to kind of see where she takes it. Having that 4-H experience, whether it's in a different county, each county is different, each club is different, but just knowing some of those nuances, I know we'll do well.
100%. You talked about some of those SNAP programs that you were working on, so you already have some experience in the programming. Talk to me a little bit about what you had those SNAP benefits, I say, but the SNAP eligible people. What kind of programs were they involved with?
I did a lot of teaching kids about their organs and how to take care of their organs, and usually the kids loved it. It was a huge hit. The kids would be so excited when I came in there. They'd be thrilled. They're like, "Oh, are we going to talk about cerebrum, the brain?" Like, "Oh, I ate breakfast this morning, so my brain's like, ready to go," and that sort of thing. So
that is really awesome. Getting the kids excited. I mean, it's the most important part of the 4-H job right there. 4-H program coordinator. That's Taylor Pope. She's got that spot. And it's a really great thing right there. She has experience in it too. Grew up in 4-H, and that's kind of the theme I've been seeing with some of the new people that have been in Extension and 4-H. Kind of have to have that background just to know.
Yeah, it's not a requirement. It's not like if you're not in 4-H, you can't have the position, but it is, just another skill or, knowledge set that we kind of look for and kind of helps, especially if you've worked with kids before, worked with volunteers before. We work with a lot of volunteers. I always say the 4-H job or the youth jobs, say they work with youth, but in a lot of times you work more with the adults that are working with the youth. So it's kind of like that step down. So yeah, not necessarily a requirement, but always, that's an extra experience, an extra level that we sometimes look for.
Yeah. And as you mentioned, it's so many things 4-H can be, and it's a year long, every single year long, all 12 months right there. You guys are constantly moving, constantly programming and making all these events and programs known. So it's a really a full-time job over there for the 4-H coordinators and program coordinators, county director. It is all really great. Taylor, really great to have you in the studio with us, and we're gonna hop right into some programs that you've coordinated here. So let's get right into the first one. I'm looking at the 4-H salsa gardening for kids. This looks like a good one.
yeah, so we are going to kind of just like get the general basics of how to start a garden, and then I thought, what better way than doing a salsa garden, because who doesn't like salsa?
Wow.
So, there'll be onions, tomatoes, peppers, and then at the end, they can either make fresh salsa or they could even can their own salsa. So,
okay, a canning process working its way in there as well. I know that's an important one. Talk to us about the dates and times for this one.
So this is Monday, April 29th from 3:30 to 4:30, and it is open ages 5 to 18. And Andrew Holsinger is actually going to be leading the workshop. And it'll be at the Christian County Extension Office.
Awesome. Our good friend, Andrew Holsinger, horticulture educator there, a great guy to be teaching this class right there. Always love having him on the show. But this is a good one. 4-H salsa gardening for kids. Sarah, this is the first program coordinated by Taylor Pope. How do you like it?
I was gonna say she's right out of the gate working
Yeah.
on stuff. We talk about this is the time we work on our stuff for the summer, but she's gotten busy and started coordinating different programs for both our 4-H members and non-4-H. So you don't have to be in 4-H to come to these. So any ages that are interested. So definitely get on the website and register if it's interesting.
Awesome. And that's a good one right there, talking 4-H salsa gardening for kids. It's on Monday, April 29th from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. That's going to be a very good one right there. Let's talk a little bit about the 4-H meat science workshop. This is an important one, Taylor.
Yeah, so this workshop is really interesting.
Yeah.
It's been like a big hit in some of the other counties. They're going to talk about the different cuts. You're going to discuss the carcass evaluation, and then at the end, I think there's even supposed to be like a tasting. Like she's going to cook it, and like you get to try a bunch of different cuts. So
Might make our way out to that one.
I know I'm personally pretty excited about it too. So and it's put on by I'm gonna forget her name, Caroline Downey, who works at the University of Illinois in their meat science lab. So like Taylor mentioned, we've had success with it in the past in our Jersey County area and with that 4-H program. So we were able to reach out to them and bring it to Christian County. So I'm excited about it because I mean that gets me excited. So.
Yeah, absolutely. 4-H meat science workshop. They're going to be digging into a lot of that science right there and exploring the different cuts. That's something that I'm a novice when it comes to that. When I go to the grocery aisle, I'm picking out, probably whatever's cheapest right there. But it'd be nice to get a good idea of what I'm looking at there. So another great one provided by 4-H here Saturday, April 27th, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. That'll be a good one. All of these at the Christian County Extension Office. Easy enough to find right there. And as we're talking about these programs and as we're kind of gearing up for the summer programs, can't believe I'm already saying that, Taylor, but this is going to be your first introduction into the programming side of things for the summer. And are you guys already thinking about that? What's been going on?
Oh, yes, we are in full swing. I'm actually starting to print show books today so we can start handing those out.
Awesome. So, and explain those show books again. How important are those things?
Huge.
Yeah.
Has all the directions and the different programs that you can do and
the dates, the times, the policies, like
rules. Yeah.
Logistics of it all.
Yeah.
Very important.
Each family will get one, and each family needs to make sure they have one and look at it because it's got anything and everything you need to know for the 4-H show specifically in the summer. So
without a doubt, get your hands on a show book if you're involved in 4-H. Yep. And if a 4-H member out there, a parent of a 4-H'er wants one, how can they get their hands on one?
So like Taylor said, she's printing them probably to pass out to club leaders or families soon. It's already posted on our website. And it's always on our website. So if you misplaced your copy, if we have to make edits to it at any point, the most updated copy is always going to be on the website. So because it's a beast to print, we don't reprint all of them if we have to make little changes to them. So, but yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. A beast to print. The show
yes.
It's going to be pretty lengthy right there. Absolutely. That's a funny way to say that. But that's really awesome. We're here with Sarah Martin and Taylor Pope, both with 4-H. Sarah Martin, County Director, and Taylor Pope, the new 4-H program coordinator, and already with some great programs coordinated. 4-H salsa gardening for kids on Monday, April 29th, and the meat science workshop on Saturday, April 27th. All great things right there. We're set to take ourselves a short break. When we come back, we'll have more from Sarah Martin, County Director, and Taylor Pope, the new 4-H program coordinator. You are listening to WTIM Morning Show right here on WTIM, your information station. Thanks so much to the sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Your information station, WTIM.
Do you need a new driveway? You really don't know who to call. You don't know who you can trust. You've heard horror stories. You don't want to get ripped off. Hi, I'm Cousin Bill with Illinois Paving. I'm the third generation family-owned business with years of experience and references. Upfront written estimates. Call us today, 788-7777. From Litchfield to Lincoln, from Pittsfield to Pana, we have you covered.
Join me, Kirby Kasner, every Monday morning from 8:40 till 10 a.m. on the new WTIM Morning Show, live from the lobby of People's Bank and Trust in Pana. Tune in on all of WTIM's platforms for the new WTIM Morning Show from Pana, Mondays from 8:40 till 10 a.m.
Brought to you by our title sponsor, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, along with Pizza Man, Noren's Hardware, your Pana Save-A-Lot, Whiskey Bill Saloon and Liquor Emporium, the City of Pana, and Locked and Loaded Limited.
Hi everyone, Brandon Bible here, your local country financial representative at 1305 West Dresser in Taylorville. Myself, along with my wife Samantha and our assistant Nicole Patrick, are proud to recognize the Tornado student athletes that represent our community by being the exclusive sponsor of WTIM Brandon Bible Country Financial Player of the Game during Tornado sports broadcast this school year. WTIM announcers will select a player at the end of each game who will receive a certificate for being named our Player of the Game. Good luck to all teams this season, and go Tornadoes!
Christian County businesses now have another way to attract customers and promote their brand. The Miller Media Group's new 36 by 72 inch two-sided electronic sign is now live in front of our Park Street studios in Taylorville. We're offering businesses the opportunity of promoting themselves to the over 11,200 drivers a day that pass our studios. Reach out to your Miller Media Group account manager now to get on board with this digital electronic sign advertising opportunity.
Tune in to this RFD Radio Network affiliate Saturday mornings from 9:06 until 9:30 when we present the RFD Trading Post to advertise your farm-related items to buy, sell, trade, or give away. Call the toll-free number we give during the show to get your farm-related items advertised across the state and listed on rfdtradingpost.com. And find instructions on getting your farm-related items read on the show in our mailbag segment for 30 days for just $20. The RFD Trading Post, Saturday mornings from 9:06 till 9:30 on this RFD Radio Network station.
CNB Bank and Trust has been helping open doors for Central Illinois farmers since 1854. Find out why they're among Illinois' top ag lenders by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Bob Raddings of the Bob Raddings family of dealerships. See our huge inventory of about 2,000 vehicles by clicking on our ad at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Before we continue with another great conversation here, let's thank the sponsors that make it all possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. We're speaking today with Sarah Martin, County Director, and Taylor Pope, 4-H Program Coordinator. Guys, thank you so much again for being here with me today.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about becoming a 4-H'er, because it's not too late even in this year to get involved in all the county fairs, all the projects. You can still do it. When is that deadline?
April 15th.
April 15th.
So a couple weeks.
Okay, yeah, you still got a little bit of time. So April 15th is the deadline. You can go onto your website and click a couple buttons, maybe pay a fee. What does that look like?
You can actually, if you reach out to the extension office, I can actually send you an entire packet of how to sign up and get enrolled. And if you have any questions, then I can answer them.
Perfect.
And this also applies to our returning members. If anybody out there has been a former member and hasn't gone back in and just re-enrolled, which basically just is reconfirming, your personal information, the club you're belonging to, and your projects, that's also the deadline to sign back up to be eligible to show at the fair.
Okay, easy enough right there. And sending out the whole packet, making it easy on everybody right there. And yeah, all really good things to know. April 15th is the deadline to become a 4-H'er. You mentioned a renewal process. Is that every year at current 4-H'ers?
Yeah, so every year we kind of treat it like, we have a program year that's kind of synced with the school year. So starts September 1st through August 31st. So each year that rolls over, we ask that either new members enroll or our returning members re-enroll. Again, it's mostly to just keep updated with the projects they want to enroll in and some of their personal information so we know how to contact them. But a lot of times our returning members just need that reminder to re-enroll, and every year they need to do that.
Absolutely. April 15th, the deadline to become a 4-H member there. And another great piece of information here from the good people with 4-H, Sarah Martin, County Director, and Taylor Pope, 4-H Program Coordinator. And you can still get involved to be a 4-H'er right ahead of the summer, guys. It's gonna be a busy summer again.
Mhm.
County fairs are just around the corner. Can't believe it already. But maybe some changes this year. I heard that we might have just a little slight change in something.
Yeah, not huge,
Yeah.
but just a few shows that are going to be combined.
A couple combined shows. Do we need to know which shows they are? Can we know those?
Yeah, we are going to combine the food, nutrition, and clothing show with the general show.
Okay.
And we actually brought that up to our youth leadership team, and they were like, don't change that back, keep it like that. And we are like, okay. So that was a good decision on our choice.
Great.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So just a little combination right there, and it won't change up too many of the processes over there. So awesome. Talking right now about some 4-H fairs during the summer, and let's talk about them just a little bit more. We got projects, you got livestock shows, just so many fun things. And for people out there that might not be too familiar with 4-H, maybe they got a child that they're thinking about getting involved for maybe a clover bud or such. But talk to me just about the wide range of projects that are involved with 4-H.
Yeah, so especially Taylor, both of us have been former 4-H members, so and I'm sure our projects lists are different, but I think a lot of times the conception of 4-H is like, oh, I have to have an animal, or I have to live on a farm, or I have to be an ag kid. And like I grew up around agriculture, but not on a farm. And the same with Taylor. So like there's about any hobby that a youth has or a kid has, we have a project for. So there's still those ag related projects, but there's also cooking and sewing and computers and photography and all the others that I can never remember off the top of my head. So
You listed off a good amount right there.
Yeah.
I mean, you had like robotics, you got stuff like that. You got cool things like that. Now, just to get an idea, and maybe they'll be different. Hopefully, Taylor, do you remember your project when you were going through 4-H?
Oh goodness.
What were you involved
I
with?
think I remember doing dogs because I did have a dog when I was younger. The visual arts section, that's endless. Metal, clay, everything.
Wood. I've seen so many different ones.
Yes, I think I remember I did a couple woodworking projects.
Cool.
I made one. It was like a door that you could set like when you walk in, and like it had like a seat that you could sit on. That's probably one of my favorite woodworking projects that I've done.
And those always just amaze me. Like the kids bring in like the woodworking or some of those like metal art. And we have some amazing youth that do some like incredible just visual art stuff. And I'm like, I'm how old and I can't even do that. And like they're 12 and they can do the amazing stuff. So it's always crazy.
And you just mentioned dogs though, very generally, but you'll see a 4-H project that is focused on dogs, but maybe the anatomy of a dog or maybe how they digest their food. It can be so many different things. It can really be their wildest imagination. They can really let their intuitions fly right there. And I love that. Sarah, do you remember the projects you were involved with?
So speaking of the dog project, so I was in a lot of the animal science, vet science. I showed cattle a couple years. I showed my dog and my cat. In another life, I was going to be a veterinarian, but not this life. So, and then I took some of the visual arts projects as well, more like the paper drawing and stuff like that. I famously took sewing and cooking for 1 year and never again took it. So, but that, I mean, both my older sister and younger brother were also in it. And I mean, my older sister did all the cooking and sewing and things that I didn't want to do. And then my brother did a lot of the electronics and the aerospace. I know he did aerospace a couple years. So even within our family, we had a vast variety of the projects we were taking. So, which I think speaks to the breadth of what 4-H can do, and just any experience level, any interest level, we have a project for you.
Absolutely. And Taylor, as a younger member with this 4-H group, you've been able to see how these projects and your development kind of helped you out in your career later on in life. Have you found that these projects, that initiative, and that working hard early in your life, has that been able to translate into your life now?
Absolutely. I remember attending some canning workshops whenever I was younger, making some jams, and I actually just canned a bunch of strawberry jam like 2-3 weekends ago, and I loved it. I also did a lot of the sewing workshops, and those were probably my favorite. I think I made pajamas for one. I made a quilt. I was so proud of my quilt.
Of course.
And today I even have my own sewing machine where I like to make sure I don't use it as much as what I used to, but I wish I used it more.
But it's also practical. Everything you just mentioned right there, so relevant to life as you get older. Sewing up things, yeah, of course. I've needed to YouTube up how to hand stitch a hole in my shirt or something like that. But with 4-H, I mean, cooking and sewing and media, all these great fields are touched here, and that's really awesome, guys. We're in our last minute. Sarah, any last words for the community out there?
Just as always, reminder, to get re-enrolled in 4-H. If there's any adults out there that are interested in volunteering for 4-H, We're always just looking for additional hands, whether as a club leader, help at the fair, workshop people. So contact Taylor if you're interested in any of that. And yeah, just always thanks for the support, and find us on our website, on Facebook, follow us. All of our updates are there.
Without a doubt. Thank you so much to Sarah Martin, the county director, and Taylor Pope, the new 4-H program coordinator. Thanks, guys, for coming in today.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Once again, Sarah Martin, county director, and Taylor Pope, 4-H program coordinator. I'm Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thanks so much to the sponsors that make it all possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. You are listening to WTIM, your information station.